Hey guys, Sim here from Candid TV. So let me introduce you to the Topvision T23 projector. This is a cool one that I actually decided to just buy myself because it's got really good ratings on Amazon. It's got 422 ratings with a 4.5 out of 5 star rating. It comes in under $100. There's actually a coupon I'm going to tell you about later with this. And it's actually native 720p. So on paper, this is a very, very good deal. So I'm going to show you kind of my experience with it and tell you whether it's worth the buy or not. So starting off with some of the specs, it's 4200 lux brightness. So that's not lumens. That is lux. It's kind of inflated to make it seem like it's a little bit brighter than it really is. Honestly, this is going to be something that is going to be best at nighttime. It even kind of says that in their description if you look on Amazon and read through everything. But it's got an LCD display. They claim 80% higher brightness than similar projectors. I don't know if that's necessarily true from my experience. I mean, it's not terrible. It's definitely better than some of the 480p ones that I've tried out. But again, it's a good serviceable projector in this price range. They say that it can give you a 32-inch up to a 200-inch projection on your wall. That's having it from 4.9 feet to about 18 feet away max. And then the bulb hour. So this gives you 60,000 bulb hours. That's going to last a long time. That's a good thing about these LCD projectors. If you bought an Epson or you bought a BenQ, and you're going to get a lot better quality, but you're also going to get, after a while, you're going to have to replace the bulb on there. You might get more like 15,000 hours or something like that on a decent model, and then you're going to have to maybe pay $100, couple $100 for like a bulb to replace that. On these 60,000 hours, if you do the math, and 60,000 divided by 5 is like 12,000 divided by 365. That's actually 32 years. You're going to get a lot of use out of this. By the time, this thing's dead, you're going to be ready for moving on to a better projector or just getting another one of these cheap ones, because honestly, they're cheaper than a lamp on, like I said, an Epson or a BenQ. This does have speakers built in. It's got 2 3-watt speakers. They sounded decent, but on these projectors, I always recommend to hook it up to another external speaker. So you can use like the headphone jack or the aux port on this, and you can just use an aux cable and hook it right up to another set of speakers or a portable speaker of yours that you have. And the other thing you can do is, I have a video I'll put up here in the corner. There are Bluetooth transmitters that you can actually hook up to these projectors, and you can then pair it with a Bluetooth speaker, or you can even make non-Bluetooth speakers Bluetooth and hook it up to your projector if you want a wireless setup with the sound. So check out that video up there in the corner if that's something you're interested in. The other thing is, this is mountable on a tripod or a ceiling mount. So if that's something you're interested in, that's going to give you a little bit more leeway with setup. If you put this on, say, a table that's lower and you do have to project it upward, you don't really want to have to rely on the keystone, because the keystone wheel on this is going to kind of give you some muddied clarity around the edges of the image and things like that. You always want to have it as straight on as possible. So I always use a tripod with my projector setup. Okay, so one of the big drawbacks is Dolby sound is not supported. I will say that in my experience in a lot of this budget projector range, that's going to be the case. If you do have sound issues when you set this up, or really any other budget projector, one of the things you need to do is go look at the source. Say you're streaming from like your PlayStation 4. You want to go into the sound settings. You're going to have to change it off of that Dolby sound if that's the case, and use something else, because Dolby sound is not going to be supported on this projector. So that's not a huge thing, but again, that's going to be something that you're going to have to make a sacrifice with that for the price that you're getting this. So the other thing is, you are going to have just the vertical keystone correction. You do not have any horizontal keystone correction. And I'd say that is definitely par for the course on this projector range. That's just going to be right in the front. You're going to have your focus wheel, and then you're also going to have then the keystone wheel. That is where, like I mentioned, if you're projecting down at an angle from the ceiling, or you're projecting up from a table or something like that, that keystone is going to be what kind of levels out your picture, because it's going to look a little wonky. You're only going to be able to do that for vertical, so that will help kind of with the height. If you were coming in at an angle from the left or the right, say, that's where horizontal keystone correction would come in, but again, that is not supported on this model. So guys, using this for media consumption, if you're going to use this for streaming, and say watching Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, that type of stuff, it's going to look pretty good. You got to temper your expectations. So, now that I've compared this to some other projectors, say like a $600 model, there's going to be a big difference night and day if you're looking at something like that. But if you go into this and you're brand new into the projector world, and especially this budget space, you're going to be pretty happy with it, I think. And, the average consumer is going to think that it's pretty cool that you could get this, throw it up, for a summertime movie night, or have this in the basement in a man cave, something like that. It's pretty neat because you can immediately throw this up on the wall, get a 100-inch diagonal picture. It's going to be way bigger than most people's TVs, and it gives you pretty good clarity. Like I said, it's native 720p. I did notice that, like I said, compared to my $600 BenQ, now that I'm comparing things to, definitely a little bit different than that. I mean, that's a 1080p one, so the 720p is not quite as sharp. The colors, the blacks aren't as black. It's almost a little bit muddied when you look at it now, as far as like the colors and things like that. If you're watching this in a darkened room, it's going to look pretty darn good. And I think to the average person and a novice, you're going to be pretty happy with this for a home theater setup. The best part of it, honestly, too, is the price. Right now, it's listed for $90 on Amazon, and they have a 30% coupon. So if you use that at checkout, you're going to be checking out with about $63, which is pretty insane for native 720p. And like I said, being able to get a huge picture up on your wall. I did test this out also a little bit with gaming. I hooked it up to my PlayStation 4, played some Red Dead Redemption 2 on it, and I'll have to say I was a little bit disappointed with that, because basically what happened was, I don't know if you're going to be able to truly see it coming through here in this video, but it was pretty much like dropping frames and kind of skipping. It was just very jumpy up on there, and I literally had just had it hooked up to, like I said, that BenQ projector, the TH585 gaming projector, and I did a review on that too, so maybe I'll throw that up in the corner here if you're interested, just to see. But I was literally just playing on that projector, didn't have any issues, and then hooking up to this one, it was definitely kind of like dropping some frames and stuff, and just looking a little bit laggy when I was moving quickly in the game. For stuff like that, I probably wouldn't recommend it based off of that alone. If you wanted this just more so for media and for streaming and watching YouTube videos, that type of thing, then this is going to be awesome. If you want to have this for kids and playing movies and family nights and stuff like that, then I think it's an awesome deal. So like I said, it's literally $63 right now. Obviously, price can change. I'm going to put a link down there below in the description. That's going to be an affiliate link. It does help me out if you purchase through there at no additional cost to you, so I'd really appreciate it if you found this video helpful. I do have a whole budget projector playlist as well. I'll throw that up here at the end of this video, and it'll be down there in the description as well. Check that out if you're interested in these projectors. Like I said, gaming wise with this one, it did let me down just a little bit, but as far as for other stuff and the media consumption and that, it gives you a pretty good picture. You're going to be able to have it really big up on the wall, and overall you're not going to be able to find many 720p projectors at this price. So like I said, check out the full budget projector playlist. If you like projector reviews, I do them weekly here on this channel, so definitely hit that subscribe button and like the video if you found it helpful. But take care, guys, until I see you on the next one.